I say, how are you doing today? Y'all already know, man. I'm your number one journalist, Lacey G. Souldier Turner, and I'm bringing you Black to the Future. That's right, not Back to the Future, Black to the Future as we celebrate Black History Month. Y'all already know, man. Like I told you, power to the people, we the people got the power. Let's ride. I don't think they heard me. I said, power to the people, we the people got the power. Let's ride. So today, you know what I'm saying? I want to talk to y'all about 5 people that y'all probably don't know that was very important to the civil rights movement. That's right, you know what I'm saying? 5 people. Now we already know the Martin Luther Kings, we know the Malcolm X's, the Jesse Jacksons, but these 5 people that I'm going to talk about were very vital and important to our history, and you might not even know, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, y'all know about the names. You're like, oh, when I tell y'all these names, y'all gonna be like, oh man, I never knew that. This is very interesting. So look, here are the top 5 people that are very vital for the civil rights movement. Let's get it. Drum roll. Number 1, Claudette Colvin. Now, before Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama, on March 2nd, 1955, there was a brave 15-year-old who chose not to sit at the back of the bus. That young girl was Claudette Colvin. Touting her constitutional rights to remain seated in the middle of the vehicle, Colvin challenged the driver and was subsequently arrested. She was the first woman to be detained for her resistance. However, her story isn't nearly as well known as Parks. Many believe that she did not have the good hair. She was not fair skinned. They say she was a teenager, and the number one thing they said is that she was pregnant. The leaders of the civil rights movement, they tried to keep up appearances and make the most appealing protesters the most seen at that time. Number 2, Annie Lee Cooper. The Selma, Alabama native played a crucial part in the 1965 Selma voting rights movement. But it wasn't until Oprah played her in the 2014 Oscar-nominated film Selma that people really took notice of Cooper's activism. She is lauded, you already know, man, for punching Jim Clark in the face, who was an Alabama sheriff. But she really deserves to be celebrated for fighting to restore and protect voting rights. Number 3, Bayard Rustin. Now, everybody already knows that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is usually credited for the March on Washington in August 1963. But in actuality, it was Rustin who organized and strategized in the shadows. As a gay man who had controversial ties to communism, he was considered too much of a liability to be on the front lines of the movement. Nonetheless, he was considered to be one of the most brilliant minds and served his community tireless while pushing for more jobs and better wages. Number 4, Bessie Coleman. Despite being the first licensed black pilot in the world, Coleman wasn't recognized as a pioneer in aviation until after her death. Though history has favored Amelia Earhart and the Wright brothers, Coleman, who went to flight school in France in 1920, paved the way for a new generation of diverse flyers like the Tuskegee Airmen, Blackbirds, and Flying Hobos. Number 5, Shirley Chisholm. Right now, Congress is more diverse now than it's ever been. However, when Chisholm was attempting to shatter the glass ceiling, the same couldn't be said. During the racially, period in the late 60s, she became the first black woman elected to Congress. She represented New York's 12th district from 1969 to 1983. And in 1972, she became the first woman to run for Democratic Party's presidential nomination. Her campaign slogan, "Unbought and Unbossed," it rings even louder today. Senator and Vice President now Kamala Harris paid tribute to Chisholm in her 2020 presidential campaign announcement by using a similar logo to Chisholm's. So there you have it, man. Top 5 people that was very vital and instrumental in the civil rights movement. I mean, some of y'all probably ain't know this. That's why I had to take y'all black to the future. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take y'all black to the future again. But I had to take y'all black to the future, man. So salute to those 5 people. They were very important in helping shape our society and shape us into the people that we are today. So I'm out of here, man. This y'all already know, #1 journalist, Lacey G. Souldier Turner, taking y'all black to the future. Let's go.